Hey guys, Romie here. If you're a first-time viewer, please like, comment, subscribe. If you're a returning viewer, thank you, and please like and comment on this video. I'm excited, I am turned, because finally, for weeks now, we've been waiting for this show to pick up. Really pick up. There we go. It's finally. Alright, this is the recap review for Hollywood Divas Season 3, Episode 5, Star Tour and Star Wars. The episode actually starts... Ooh, let me get the scratching. Alright, this episode starts off with Lisa. Excuse me. And Lisa's talking to Golden. The thing is, of course, Golden's talking about her new job opportunity. Apparently, I was incorrect. Before I said the Nicki Minaj thing, no. It was actually with the Lethal Weapon. She got a role on the movie franchise Lethal Weapon. And we'll pedal a little bit right now. Backtrack. We don't backpedal here. We backtrack. So, in the middle of all of that, she's just talking about her swimsuit line and all. She wants Lisa to walk in it. She wants Countess to walk in it. Countess will wear a one piece. And speaking of Countess, the issue with Countess is the fact that Countess keeps flip-flopping. Countess says one thing about Golden when Golden's not there, another thing when Golden is there. And so Lisa's tired of it. But Lisa also wants to talk about her relationship. She's, entertaining the guy who was on that show. I know that was very vague. Light-skinned, big, puffy hair guy who we saw a couple episodes prior. He was on Noah's Ark? Yeah, whatever. And so he played the gay character on there. And the issue is that Lisa felt a certain way because he had a bumper sticker that apparently his cousin wanted him to put in his car because he thought it would be funny, saying, I love vagina. Now, again, if you're straight, it's like, why would you put that on there? But again, he was trying to be funny. And Lisa was just like, I knew that he played a gay role, I just didn't know how deep it was. So Lisa did her research and found out how deep it was. I guess it must have been a really compromising scene, because originally Golden was saying, well, of course it doesn't mean that he's actually gay, because that, because he's just like, she just liked how he looked, and he also had the cool vibe, he didn't come off as whatever, but that scene was really incriminating, it made her feel a certain way, and she was just like, I'm planning on having more kids, and like, I just can't see myself being with someone who does that. And so, she's free to date whoever she wants to date. Now she's going in on her producer stuff, because as we know, she's now officially the director for Countess' music video. And she walks in on Countess recording this song, laying down the vocals for the track. The issue is that Countess is very hoarse. And I don't know how, but Countess said, all the greats, they eat Cheetos. Yes, apparently I guess it coats the throat, the vocal cords, so that you can go and sing. I'm like... Countess, you're trying to tell me processed chemicals, dairy, and fiberglass, all of which you should have an intolerance to because you're black. And you tell me that okay, whatever excuse you need, whatever works. Because she said something about, I think it absorbs the mucus. I could see that. It would absorb a lot of stuff. It's nothing natural, but anyway. So they're trying to figure out the direction of the music video. And Countess wants to go and do like a menage a trois thing. Meaning that she is married to this guy, she's faithful to him. They bring in a third person, but her husband goes and starts screwing around with this, with the third person behind her back. So that's when she now has to go and check him and her. So that's going to be interesting. I'm like, okay, cool concept. And again, the song sounds really cool. I like the beat. I really like the beat. I really like the beat. I was like, okay, because they kept playing it throughout the episode. I'm saying that is how you promote something. Love and hip hop. Take notes. You used to know how to promote music, but you guys fell off. If it wasn't for the fact that we love Mama D so much, we wouldn't care about In That Order. We really didn't care about I Deserve. But In That Order, anyway. Malika is doing an acting class and she invited Paula. And Malika, she does a good job when she was practicing. And Paul's just saying how, you know, I really like and respect you. I love your voice. You're giving me like Kerry Washington. Basically what she was trying to say is Malika gives her, she's clearly a black woman, but she can appeal to the white masses. That's what she was trying to say. And Malika, of course, appreciated the compliment. Of course, being compared to Kerry Washington, who wouldn't appreciate a compliment like that? And they were just, you know, just fondling over each other because it's like, I appreciate you, I love you, I love you. It's so great, you're so great. Oh my gosh, you know, people said this about you, people said this about you, but you know, you should show me such love and support. And of course, Paul talks about how she got the role for Ray Donovan, and Malika was happy for her as well. It's just like, you know, this is the biggest role that I've ever received, like the most monumental role that I've ever received. I'm like, okay, in mainstream, maybe in mainstream, because you had some, maybe, actually, yeah, it is. It really is. So shout out to Paula. Shout out to Paula. So, she also, Malika lets out that, you know, Golden decided to have this swimsuit launch party, this fashion show, and she did not invite Paula. So yeah, there is that. Now we're going on the set of Countess' music video. Everything is going okay until they realize, where in the hell's the music? Where's the music? Why does no one seem to have it? Why is Savannah, who's supposed to be Countess, you know, manager slash stylist slash, what do you call it? Yes, slash stylist slash everyday person for everything else. How come she doesn't have the music? How come no one from Countess' team has the music? They dropped the ball. Let's be real. It's not the director's job to have something like that, because Countess was probably still laying down the tracks and wasn't 100% done when Lisa originally reached out to her. I mean, went to the studio. So because of that, I'm thinking to myself, now Countess is upset. Rightfully so. Countess should be upset, but she's upset at the wrong person. Countess' anger and frustration is directed at Lisa, overall directed at Lisa, and she's just like, you know, you're supposed to be behind the scenes doing the stuff. I'm the artist. I'm the thing. I'm thinking that's all well and good, but other artists have their stuff in order, meaning that they have a team that knows how to make sure that you have backups. Why would Lisa have the master track? She's the director. The master never leaves the property of the artist. Everyone knows that. She's supposed to have a copy. Why didn't anyone get her a copy? Why people assume, oh, I thought you had a copy? And so then Countess is really bugging out because she's just like, you know what, I'm just going to have to go and deal with that. I'm just going to have to do this. I'm just going to have to do that. Lisa decides, Countess, I truly am your friend and I have your back. She makes one phone call to the producer. I'm thinking, Tweedledum couldn't make a call to the producer to ask for the track, to send over the track and then file so that they can go. Shout out to you, Lisa. And once she got the, oh yeah, and apparently there was this, like, I guess relatively big time actress that came on to help Countess out because Countess had no budget. So Lisa was pretty much expensing this. And I have a feeling that Lisa seemed a little too comfortable doing stuff like this. Aside from Countess being her friend, I feel like this is probably how a lot of Lisa's gigs have been, where she was directing, producing, and maybe that's why we're not aware of them. So shout out to Lisa. People don't like to give her props, but I have a feeling Lisa has helped a lot of people, kind of like what Paula says that she does, and she doesn't get her props. So, and like I said, Lisa saves the day, and once the music is there, Countess is so appreciative because she's saying, that's why I love Lisa, because I know she has my back. Shout out to Countess. Countess looked good in that red number. She looked really good. I was like, damn, Countess looks like an artist. She looks like an artist. She looks like she's not playing around. I love the concept. For them not to have a budget, I don't know where they filmed it. I think they filmed it in someone's apartment. I don't know if it was Lisa's. Who knows where whose it was, but it looked budget. It looked good. And Lisa's guy comes over, and Lisa's sister is there as well. And so Lisa's sister makes a comment about how, oh, well, you know, she's, what do you call it? Something about her liking women or being with women or being interested in women. And of course he plays onto it. And I was like, Lisa's sister, at first I was like, ooh, she kind of seems serious. I understand she's talking to a potential suitor of Lisa's, and she was like, she's a hopeless romantic, so I'm sure she's very protective. I was just like, oh man, how serious is she gonna be? But no, she had a sense of humor, so we appreciated that. It went over smoothly. And Golden, it's interesting how Golden likes dark-skinned men, and that's it. I'm like, Golden, would you get mad if I only said that I like... Well, I get it, because she's dark skin or brown, and she likes men that are even darker than her, so that's not looked down upon. But if I said that I like dark-skinned women only, I'd probably be praised for that. I like brown. I really like brown, to be honest with you. Yeah. Lighter is okay. It's okay. Who am I kidding? I don't discriminate. I really don't. Anyway, now it's time for Malika to go and do her casting call thing for Michelet. She's gonna go and try and audition for the 16-year-old Michelet. I'm thinking Malika doesn't look old. She doesn't look old at all because she's not old. She's not old at all. The issue is Malika looks mature enough. So I'm not sure if a 16, and also her demeanor, I'm not sure if it comes off as a 16-year-old. Yeah, especially Michelet. I don't see that. But guess who was also there? Lisa was there as well. Lisa is going for Michelet's mom. I was like, okay, at least Lisa is realistic. She's going for a role. She doesn't look old at all. She looks great. She's in great shape. But the thing is, she still overall has a more mature looking vibe. So it would be kind of ridiculous for her to try to go after a young chippy role. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, this clearly wasn't set up as if Carlos King also doesn't know Michelle. I'm just like, Lord Jesus, the 30 degrees of separation is ridiculous on this stuff. And they're just talking, and they're talking about how Countess needs to get it together because Countess basically threw me under the bus because people are looking like, oh, I'm just messy and oh, I'm just saying stuff to say stuff when I'm defending her. I'm thinking, Lisa, you're right. You're Countess's friend, but you need to stop defending her. That's the thing. If someone isn't going to speak up for themselves and they're going to leave you out to dry, then don't... What the hell is that? Then don't speak up for them. I'm just saying. I'm saying and I'm saying. So, first is Lisa. She goes and she auditions. And at first I was like, okay, Lisa always looks like she has a smile on her face. So that threw me off for a loop. But then when she really got into it, I was like, okay. Okay. And I think that they were pleasantly surprised how she kind of turned it around. So they seemed happy about that. And Lisa does know Michelet, by the way. Now, it's interesting because Malika's saying how she knows Michelet because her mom listened to her old CDs and all that stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, Malika, the more you talk, the more I realize this show isn't a fit for you. And you're really just trying to pander, forget cater, pander to a different audience to broaden your horizons since you realize you're a black woman in Hollywood. And so you might need to roll around in a circle of black women to get more roles. Let's just be real. To get more roles. Even though you're Chloe's shadow, it doesn't mean you automatically will get roles in serious films. That's just the reality. So, I don't even know what to say about that. Now, the girls have decided to go and do this. Golden, I think, was the one who decided she wanted to set up this, this tour of Hollywood. The interesting thing about that is, Golden isn't there because she's doing the fashion line thing. You know who else isn't there? Paula. Paula isn't there. Paula was late, so they're like, we're leaving you. We're not going to wait for you any longer. Oh yeah, it was Paula that set it up. And I just find it interesting how much mouth that Countess has in her confessionals. I appreciate it because I'm entertained by it, but I'm just like, Countess, I don't like when people are really mouthy in their confessionals but don't say a word to the people in public. That is my biggest pet peeve with reality TV. So they're doing this tour, and Malika's talking about how, well, you know, I live in Hollywood, so taking a tour, this just kind of seems ridiculous, but whatever, it's clever. And they were kind of ragging on Paula, but Malika's just like, yeah, man, Paula is my friend, Paula's this, Paula's that. And it was just like, they all came to the conclusion of, Countess, here's your problem. You need to stop worrying about people liking you. And I feel like this was a life lesson for a lot of people. Stop worrying about people liking you. At a certain point, you just need to stop it, because someone's going to find something to nitpick and negative about you. So it's better that you go and just be yourself and be honest and open than just hold it in. And you don't want to die because you're stressing over people saying certain things and you're feeling a certain way about it, but then you don't express to them how you're feeling. And as a result, you get ulcers, high blood pressure, acid reflux, like all that. That's unnecessary. So I really hope Countess takes that to heart and starts just being more vocal about how she's really feeling. And Countess went to a sex club, not sex club, a sex, what was it, a sex toy shop or something like that. And she was having fun. Now, everyone's meeting up, and when I say everyone minus Golden, including people's sidekicks like Carmen and Savannah. We're all wondering, why are the sidekicks there? I know why they're there, because without them, you ladies are actually kind of getting along. So the producers are like, okay, bring Carmen, bring Savannah. They both have mouths, they both have lip. Keep them there. Here's how this went, because there was a lot of foolery going on. They first started off by talking about how Golden was fired off of Lethal Weapon, and she was fired at the table read. And they're just like, why the hell is she boasting about something as if she already had it and everything was all well and good? You're very replaceable at that point in time. And that's a life lesson for a lot of people. Don't just assume you have something. Don't just assume that just because you got an opportunity. Paul made a good point. That's when you go to your prayer circle and have them pray over you to make sure that you get the success that you're looking for with that role. And Paul's just like, well, you know, I was also fired at a table read. Countess too! Will Smith fired both of them. We don't know what movies they were for. But it was just like, she went to the table read. It was like, your services are no longer required. And everyone was like, okay, bye. She must have been acting a damn fool. Or maybe it was Forrest. They're like, bye. So she went and did that. And then they gave her a call and said, Bit, you don't need to be back here. Do not need to be back here. I hope that was not an episode for an unsung for Megan Good or Life After. Because I'm thinking, this is Megan Good. She's still young enough to get a lot of roles. Like, she better not be on something like that right now. That better just be something where just showing her accomplishments and how she's underrated. Oh, I hope Minority Report gets brought back for a second season. I didn't check. I have a feeling it may not be, but I feel bad for her because she's in so much stuff that looks good and it looks like it has potential, but then they get canceled. I'm like, damn, what's wrong with it? Anyway. Here's the issue. Paula and Carmen has an issue with Countess because Countess wasn't keeping it real. Countess was trying to let her know, I didn't care about you. I still don't care about you. I only start to say that, and she was just like, yeah, but you said stuff about me afterwards. And Countess said, yes, I only said that because then you started to feel like you had an issue with me. It's like, well, you gave me a side eye. Yeah, I gave you a side eye because I was just in a general mood. But the side eye was really directed towards Golden and what she was saying about me. And they were just going back and forth. And then Savannah versus Carmen got into it. Carmen was talking about Savannah, you know, basically aside from the wig and the duct tape and the clothes and the makeup, she's a man. And why did Paula have to go and call Savannah a monkey? I'm like, Paula, you need to stop with that monkey thing. I don't appreciate people, especially when they really don't. And there's just like, oh, well, look at your face. Look at your face. And this is when Savannah's trying to egg on Countess, just like, this is where you need to speak your mind. Talk, bout. Oh, I need to drink some water. And the Countess is just like, you know what? F you, F you, F you, F you, F you, F you. She just kept saying that and kept saying that and kept saying that. We're like, okay, Countess, do you have anything else to say? No, because I don't think much of you, so that's all I have for you. I'm like, okay. But, like I said, the Countess got up and was just like, if you want to take it there, we can take it there, because you don't know. I will cut a beat. Don't worry. You. And then Savannah got up. Carmen got up. Lisa was trying to referee the two. The producers came in and just like, look, we're in someone else's establishment. Relax. Calm down. Stop it. Malika's just like, Lord Jesus, this is what happens when I stop being Chloe's shadow. I have to be around these people. Malika, I will have exited stage left and never came back. Yeah, so that was pretty much it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me